Then we have one more parabola whose equation is y square equal to 4 minus 4x. So now if you see, we will follow the same steps. Here we have quadratic in y and x is linear. So this parabola is symmetric about x-axis. This parabola has minus x term, minus of 4x, so minus x term. So this parabola will open towards negative side of the x-axis. Okay. This parabola will intersect x-axis at some point because we have 4 minus 4x. So whenever we have two terms in parabola, we solve for x and y. So first we will put x equal to 0 in this equation. When we put x equal to 0, we get y square equal to 4. So y is plus minus 2. So we get y equal to plus 2 and we get y equal to minus 2. That means this parabola will pass through these 2 points. After putting x equal to 0, so this is for x equal to 0, we put y equal to 0. When we put y equal to 0, we will get 4 minus 4x equal to 0. We will get 4x equal to 4. We get x equal to 1. So our x equal to 1 is this point. That means this parabola will pass through these 3 points and it will satisfy the condition that it open towards negative x-axis. So this parabola, after doing all these things, we will get something like this. So this is our parabola, y square equal to 4 minus 4x. So in this way, by following the basic steps, you can draw any parabola. Then we have the parabola y equal to x square minus 3x. So now again we are going to follow the same steps. So here we have the equation quadratic in x. So this parabola will be symmetric about y-axis. But in this parabola we have plus y term, so it will open towards positive side of the y-axis. So this is the parabola. But now here we have the two terms, so we will solve for x and y. First we will put x equal to 0. When we put x equal to 0, we get y equal to 0. So this is one point where the parabola will pass. After that, when we put x equal to 0, we got y equal to 0. Now we will put y equal to 0 in this equation. We get x square minus 3x equal to 0. So x minus 3 equal to 0. So x equal to 0 is one point and x equal to 3 is another point. So this parabola passes through this point and this point. But this parabola will open towards positive side of the y-axis. So this is our parabola opening towards positive side of the y-axis. And it passes through this point and this point. This point is 3, 0. Okay. So this is how you draw the parabola. Then we have last parabola whose equation is y equal to 1 minus x square upon a. So this parabola is also quadratic in x and linear in y. So this parabola will be towards y-axis. But we have two terms here. Here we have plus y. So if we rearrange this equation, we get ay equal to a minus x square. We do not want minus x square. We assume that quadratic term should be positive. So if we take this term here and this term here, we will get x square equal to a minus ay. So this is now our parabola. This is quadratic in x. So it will be open towards, it is quadratic in x. So it will be symmetric about y-axis. Here we have minus of y, so it will open towards negative side of the y-axis. If you consider this equation and if you consider here it is plus y, so it will open towards positive side of the y-axis. One can think in this way also. But here we have minus x square. Keeping x square positive, then only we can determine whether it will open towards positive side or negative side. So here x square is positive, y is negative, so it will open towards negative side of the y-axis. Now we will find the points of intersection. To find the point of intersection, we put y equal to 0, we get x square equal to a, we get x equal to plus minus a. So x equal to plus a is here and x equal to minus a is here. So these are the 2 points from which the parabola will pass. When we put x equal to 0, we get y equal to 1. So these are the 3 points where the parabola will pass and it will open towards negative side of the y-axis. So the parabola will be something like this. Okay. So this is the parabola y equal to 1 minus x square by a, or x square equal to a minus ay. So this is how you draw the basic curves. More such curves we will see in our next video. So stay tuned for our future lectures.